All right. Welcome, everyone. We are so thrilled to be starting out on this journey with you this year. I'm Una Daly, the director of CCCOER. And we are, of course, going to welcome you, but we have our entire leadership team here. And so we're going to get a chance to introduce each other, talk to you about where OFAR came from, and then give you an overview, a course overview as well, and then talk about some of the support issues. And I think I forgot like a big thing, but we want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourselves as well. So each team will have like a minute or so. James will decide on how much time you get to just say hello and maybe what brought you to this program. And then at the very end, hopefully we'll finish at 1 or perhaps slightly before. You'll have some time to go into breakout rooms with your coach. It's really just a time to say hello, nothing formal, just meet each other, and you're welcome to stay as long or as little as you want to. Any questions before we jump into the main session, or any comments? All right, well, I will go ahead. And Kim, I think you entered this in today. Did you want to speak a little bit about Orange Shirt Day?
I'd be happy to, but I don't know that I'm the one that put it in there. I did wear my orange sweater with purpose and intention today to honor the Indigenous peoples in Canada. It is the Day of Remembrance there, and thank you for Liz posting the link. Yeah, so I work with a lot of people in Canada actually, and some other open work I do, and so I'm happy and proud to wear orange today as a day of remembrance. So thank you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for whoever entered that in. That is a wonderful recognition for us to have today. All right. Well, you've met me. I'm the director of CCCOER, Una Daly, and I would like to turn this over to my longtime colleague, friend, and co-leader of Open for Anti-Racism, James Glapik-Rosecliffe.
Thank you very much, Una. I'm very glad to be here. You can see my title on the screen. My day job is with College of the Canyons, and I am just thrilled to be able to engage in this anti-racist work supporting faculty in our California community colleges with you and with all of the other leadership team members. Welcome.
Thanks. And Liz, do you want to say hello?
Hi, everyone. My dogs are getting a little rambunctious. Excited to meet everyone and see what you're all gonna do this year.
Wonderful. Kim, you're up next.
Thank you all. Hello, my name is Kim Gruey, and you're going to meet Joy here in a second, but she and I co-designed and developed the original Open for Anti-Racism course, upon which this year's course is also based. And we also maintain and revise and update that course to to be responsive to the needs of everyone. And I work for Northern Virginia Community College as an instructional designer primarily. And so I'm just thrilled to be affiliated with my California colleagues here, James in particular in California, and Joy. And I'm just excited to be part of OEG Connect, which has a lot of really great programs around open. And I'm excited as I can be to meet everybody and to meet all the teams. And I just want to welcome you. And I'm really excited for the next couple of months here, or I guess year together.
Absolutely. Full year. Thanks, Kim. Joy?
Hi, everyone. My name is Joy Shoemate. As Kim shared, it is such a pleasure to have the opportunity to co-develop and co-facilitate the course with her. And you're going to meet another course facilitator in a moment. But I am just thrilled to be meeting you today, and I cannot wait for this next year that we're going to spend together, and especially for the course to kick off very shortly. So just want to extend a heartfelt welcome to you all, and I can't wait to get started.
Thank you, Joy. And Joy and Kim have been part of our leadership team from the very beginning, and their contributions are really invaluable. Before we go on, I just did want to mention a little bit about the Community College Consortium for OER. We're part of Open Education Global, which Kim was referring to, which runs programs throughout the world. Liz and I work for CCC OER. We manage the grant from the Hewlett Foundation that supports this work. And I have to say, we are both located in California and have a longtime connection with California folks. And we're thrilled that the California Community College's Chancellor's Office is a longtime member, and we're a community of practice founded in 2007 for supporting open education to ensure equitable access. And at this point, I want to give the coaches a chance to introduce themselves, but I'm going to turn this over to Maritez Apigo, who is in her third year as a coach with us and also a facilitator. And she's our lead coach this year as the program continues to grow.
Thanks, Una. Hello, everyone. As Una said, my name is Maritez Apigo, and I am so thrilled to be kicking off year 3 of OFAR with you all. I'm here as the lead coach to support our coaches and I'm gonna have the coaches introduce themselves in a moment. I am coming to you from, I actually reside in Oakland, California, which is Ohlone land. But currently I'm in New York, and I just caught the subway to hop on Zoom and join all of you today. So we'll go in the order here, and I'm going to have each of the coaches introduce themselves in about 30 seconds. Let us know your name, which college you're from, your title, and what brings you to OFAR. Okay, and so I'll go first. Maritez Apigo, I'm an English professor, the distance education coordinator and open educational resources coordinator at Contra Costa College. And what really drew me to OFAR is all of the equity-minded transformations that happen in all of the curriculum and pedagogy that the faculty participate in here. So I'll pass it on to Elisa.
Thanks, Maritez. My name is Elisa Cooper. I'm very similar to what Maritez teaches. I teach English. I'm also the e-courses faculty lead at my college. They tried to bring me back in as OER coordinator, but I had to say no to that because I'm participating with OER with you all. But I teach also journalism and literature courses as well. And I just want to thank everyone for having me back, and I'll represent Arizona along with, I believe, Alan. So we'll figure out what all you California people are doing.
Well, I'm Jamie Thomas. I'm excited to be joining as one of the California people. Thanks so much, Elisa, for handing it off. And it's exciting to be back as a coach for OFAR this year. I teach linguistics, and I am very invested in language that contributes to bias and also biased language. So it's such a thrill to be able to continue on with OFAR, and I will pass it to Alan, somebody that I met through this program last year.
My name is Alan Leon. I teach math at Imperial Valley College, and I was one of the OFAR participants in last year's cohort. We had a group from IVC that attended, and I actually ended up attending sort of by chance. I listened in on an informational webinar, and then sort of by default became my campus's team leader. And it was just a lot of really exciting work we did over the course of the last year. Jamie was our college's coach. And so whoever has Jamie this year, you're in great hands. She's a really good resource. But I'm excited to be back and to help other colleges continue and expand this work. It's really important stuff.
So glad you are joining us. Deborah?
First of all, thank you for all the people who are telling me what button to push so I can see folks. I think I'm just overly tired. Hey everybody, my name is Deborah Crumpton. I was in the first OFAR cohort. I'm really excited about being here. I'm just committed to anti-racism. What attracts me to this program is the word equity does not exist. I am attracted to anti-racism and the opportunity to do authentic work that can change the lives of students who look like me.
Hi, everybody. I think it's my turn. My name is Anna. I actually teach chemistry and geology at Monterey Peninsula College. And like Deborah, this is my second year as a coach. I see a lot of people that I know for the last 3 years. This team is wonderful. The reason I'm here is really to try to uplift all my Latinos and Latinas in the sciences, because when I started, that was not the case. So every day we do a little bit to make that better for them, and that is why I'm here. So looking forward to learning this year again.
Hi, everyone. I think I'm up next. My name is Oliver Rosales. I'm a professor of history at Bakersfield College. I was in the first cohort along with Deborah, and this is my second year returning as a coach. I think I came back because it's a learning experience for me. I really treasure, professional development opportunities for faculty. And like Deborah, I'm attracted to anti-racism and open pedagogy. And again, I learned so much from being a coach and all the wonderful work that's happening. So just so excited to be here and see what y'all come up with this year.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hasna Sada Ahadi. My pronouns are she, her, ella. I'm on the land of the Luceño and Kumaya indigenous community here in North County of San Diego. I'm an associate professor in counseling at Palomar College. I was part of the inaugural OFAR cohort, and this is my second year coaching for OFAR. I'm here to support all of you who are social justice liberators or soon to be social justice liberators and anti-racists who will dismantle colonial practices, policies, pedagogies in the classroom and on our campuses. I wanted to really send out a congratulations to all of you for being accepted to the OFAR program. It is very competitive, and that means that you stood out amongst the many applications. So congratulations to you all.
Wonderful. Boy, are we so lucky to work with these leaders. And I'm going to turn it over to you, James.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that, everybody. Yeah, it's just so awesome to see people here who are dedicated to anti-racism, creating anti-racist spaces in our classrooms and trying to impact our own institutions as well. So I have the pleasure of introducing our colleges, and in the interest of time, everyone, I'd like to ask the leads for the college to unmute and say hello and quickly acknowledge the names of your team members, but we won't have time for every single team member to unmute and say hello. So let's start with Butte Community College and Melody as the lead. Could you say hello and very briefly tell us who's with you and your team?
Yeah, hello. My name's Melody, she, her. I'm a biology faculty member at Butte College, and we've got Tanya, Amanda, Sarah, Alina, and Dacia. And I'm actually, Dacia, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry. But we haven't met in person. But I look forward to working with this team. We are, as you can see, 6 different disciplines. We're 3 part-time faculty, 3 full-time faculty. And we have a lot of support on our campus from Suzanne Joachim as our OER leader. So excited to be here.
Hi, Melody. It's Daisha.
Daisha, sorry,
Nice
I knew.
Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to meet everyone.
Thank you, Melody. And I'm so glad to hear that you are able to include adjunct colleagues in the program as well. So great to know that. Next slide, please. So next is Clovis Community College, and Christina, could you introduce your team briefly, please? Let's see, Christina, are you here?
There we go. I got it. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Of course. Myself, actually the entire team are full-time tenure or tenure track faculty. We have Naylene, she is teaching critical writing, reading and writing. We have Stephanie Briones, who is the director of our Title V STEM professional learning community. We have Omar Ruiz Trejo with beginning American Sign Language. And we also have Charlotte Samuels, who is teaching American Government. And yes, we are all from Clovis Community College. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Compton College, David from Compton College.
Hey, greetings everyone. David Chavez here. Our team as well as full-time faculty. I just was a new hire, so I've been a faculty member for about 7 weeks now. So I'm super excited to be here and working in collaboration with my colleagues here. So we have Sarah George from the English division. Gayatri as well from elementary statistics for mathematics. We have Jose from elementary statistics. Shatima from general chemistry, and also Jose Villalobos from elementary statistics. And apologies for mispronouncing anyone's name in my team. I'm still getting to know everyone as well. And please correct me if I mispronounce your name. Nice to meet everyone.
Thank you, David, and thank you for taking on this role. You're going to get to know the campus quickly. Thank you. Next slide, please. Hartnell College, Kelly. Kelly from Hartnell, Kelly McClary.
Sorry about that. I forgot to unmute. My name is Kelly, and Hartnell is so honored and excited to be a part of this program. We have Susanna, Rosser, Vermarie, Trish, and Travis representing Hartnell. And we're just, again, really honored to be a part of this.
Thank you, Kelly. And now we're back down in Southern California, Los Angeles Southwest College. Susan. Susan, we can't hear you.
Always following the rule to mute myself. Hi, my name is Susan. I am the lead person for Los Angeles Southwest College. We are the Cougars and we are in the house. As you can see, we have a variety of disciplines involved. We've only had an opportunity to meet with each other one time. So we look forward to actually meeting with each other for an extended period of time and throwing down in the Cougar way.
Love it. Thank you, Susan. And Moore Park College, Cynthia, our friend Cynthia. We know we've had the great opportunity to work with Cynthia previously.
Hi, everybody. And you're welcome to call me Cynthia or Cindy. By the way, I go by either. And I am so excited to be here with my colleagues from Moore Park who are equally excited or more excited than I am, I would say. We're just thrilled. So I come to you from Child Development Education. I'm a full-time faculty member. We have one other full-time faculty member on our team, and that's Mike Nava from Mathematics. And then we have two adjunct faculty members, Anna Rodriguez, a colleague of mine through Child Development, and also Alejandra Valenzuela Mares from the Spanish department. So thank you so much for having us with this group.
Thank you, Cynthia. And again, congrats on including your adjunct colleagues. Next slide, please. Orange Coast and Maria Lerma from Orange Coast. Maria.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're very excited to be here. We're the OCC Pirates. From what I see, I think only Cheryl Buckholtz Magallon is here with us today. I know Marcy is working and also Cindy is teaching, and Marley might be at a meeting. So we are all in the same discipline. We have worked together on numerous projects, and we have like the best team ever. So we're very excited about this project. We're going to be working through a historical and cultural framework. Three of us teach ESL 100, which is like a freshman comp equivalent. And we are so excited about that. We're one of a few colleges in the state who has this equivalent course to freshman comp. And so now with AB 705, we like the opportunity to offer this course. However, we see many areas where we need to work with students, especially on working on anti-racist theories, and especially because a lot of our second language students are not familiar with American history and the history that we have are trying to overcome. So thank you guys for selecting us. We are, again, super, super excited.
Thank you, Maria. Next slide, please. And we have Palo Verde College with Jennifer.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Fox Campbell. I teach anthropology at Palo Verde College. And part of our team is Christopher Cardona, who teaches ASL, Tom Jones, who teaches history, Laura Kramer, who teaches art. Danette Nelson is our one and only adjunct on our list, but we're happy to have her, and she teaches accounting. And Serafina Redwine, who teaches psychology, and we're really excited to take part in this program.
Thank you very, very much. And we're going to move on to the next slide, and I'll hand the slides over to Una, but I just want to underscore what I hope you all noticed, and that is the incredible diversity in so many different ways that we were able to include in this program. Colleges from all over this large state of ours, large colleges, small colleges, urban colleges, rural colleges, and we're so happy that many of you have included your adjunct colleagues as well. So thank you for that, and back to you, Una.
All right, thank you, James. Yes, it's wonderful to see the diversity of the colleges this year. I think we have more this year than last year, in fact. So quickly about why the Open for Anti-Racism program. I think probably many of you attended our information webinars, or the team leaders did. This started in the summer of 2020 as a concept in working with the Hewlett Foundation. There was, of course, the murder of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor that spring, and just a really deep awareness of systemic racism. And in our case, particularly in education, higher education. And so the premise around OFAR was that faculty would like to make their classrooms anti-racist, but they need more information and a safe place to learn and implement those practices and those materials. And James and I, for a long time, have been working in open education for well over a decade now. And we felt that those were the tools that faculty could use to make those changes in their classroom. And so that's where the program started. And as you know, we're entering our third year. And each year, things change a little bit as we grow and we learn. This year and last year, we started looking more at student impact. Of course, we were very interested in how students were experiencing this program, but we collect data, as you know now, and so we have some baseline from last year around student outcomes. And this year, we asked you in the application, how would you like to involve your students? And we had some really wonderful responses. And we'll be talking more with you at subsequent get-togethers about that. And no doubt you'll be engaging with your coaches around how you can have students involved in this as well. Institutional impact and support, that continues to grow each year with the team colleges. In our first year, we did individual participants applied, so it was a single person from each college. And we realized that that the faculty participating needed the support of their institution, needed the support of their colleagues at their institutions, and as well as their administrators. And so that's as a continual kind of growth around that. And we will be asking you to involve your administrators, attending some of our webinars. There'll be some survey opportunities at the end of the year for the administrator who sent in the support letter. And the other thing that happened this year was program leadership expansion. So Meritez came in as our lead coach to provide our coaches with the support around this work as they support you. And we were thrilled that Meritez was able to step up into that role. And I have a little video here. We're not going to show it right now just because of time, but there's a link at the bottom of the page. You can go to the cccoer.org website. And if you go to /OFAR, there's 4 subpages under those. And this video comes from Dr. Marini Smith's Introduction to Education class last year. And this is one of her students talking about how to be an anti-racist educator. And this is Tatiana Austin, and she's a child development major at West LA. So just a little thing for you to enjoy when you have the time. So I wanted to just give you the big picture around the fall. You may have this information, but we thought it would be handy to also have it kind of in one spot here. So you will be starting a week from Monday, October 10th, in the OFAR 6-week Canvas course. Thank you all who have submitted your contract paperwork. We ask that you do that if at all possible before October 7th. Because the Canvas course will open up about that time. And actually, I should confirm that with Joy and Kim, but sometime the weekend before October 10th, you will receive an invitation to the course. But we do need your contract, your signed contract agreement. And if any of you didn't receive that through email, it might have gone to your spam folder, but I would ask you to put something in the chat window for Liz Yada, who manages all of that work. And thank you for those of you who've already submitted it. There also will be a pre-survey for you to fill out on your first login to Canvas. So if you don't get in the weekend before, you will get there hopefully on Monday, October 10th. And you'll be able to take that first pre-survey. That's really important to the research that we do during the program. And Joy and Kim are going to tell you a lot more about the course in just a moment. So I'm just trying to give you the big picture here. There will be another required webinar. We ask that in addition to this onboarding that you attend one each month during the fall and also in the spring. And the one on October 21st will be featuring projects from last spring. So we have three to four, I'm not sure, I'm still waiting on one person to get back with me, who will tell you about the journey they took last year and what they did with their students around open pedagogy and collaboration. And it'll knock your socks off. So we definitely want you there. So please put that on the calendar if it's not already. In November, we have some really wonderful webinars too. November 4th, we have Decolonizing Your Syllabi workshop, which we really urge you to come to if you haven't had this kind of professional development experience before. But we also have 2 other ones, October 28th and November 18th on OER search and remix. So if you're still a little, feel like you need a little bit of help, we say do come to one of those. They're going to be just duplicates of each other. So October 28th, November 18th will be a repeat. We ask that you choose one, but you may go to all of them if that's helpful for you. And we highly recommend going to more if you need additional help. And December 16th is another required one. It's transformative pedagogy. So it's a workshop focused on how you might respond if you receive resistance from students in your class as you introduce anti-racist materials. And this is a repeat of a workshop that we had last year that was very popular. So make sure you have that one on your calendar as well. And we asked during the fall that you have at least one synchronous coach-led team meeting during the fall. Of course, in the spring, you will start meeting monthly with your coach as a team. And all of our workshops are on Friday. That's a popular time from noon to 1:30. If at all possible, do reserve till 1:30. Some of them will end earlier than that. But we like to provide some discussion time at the end of that, or time for teams to meet if that's a convenient time for your team. You certainly don't have to meet at that time. And over to Maritez.
This is a quick slide while the coaches are here. Just a few reminders for you. So I sent out an email on Wednesday, 2 days ago. So throw up your heart emoji if you got that email. And this is for the coaches. Okay. All right. If you didn't get it, then it probably went to your spam or your junk folder, because we learned that these Google group emails sometimes ended up there. So if that is happening, then just add this email address to your contacts, and then you should be able to get them all in your inbox. So this is going to be the way I'm going to communicate with you as we go. In that email, I asked for some course feedback by next Wednesday. So if you can jump in and do that, we'd really appreciate it, as we're getting the course ready to run for our new cohort this year. Once the course begins, we want you to participate in those course discussions. So you'll have 6 weeks of the time that the course runs, and you can jump in and participate in those discussions. And then in December, we're going to have a coaches only meeting, and that's going to be on Friday, December 9th at noon to 1. So save the date for that. And over there, we'll talk all about the rest of the spring and what that's going to entail. My email address is up there in case you need to contact me.
All right, thank you, Maritez. And then I want to just remind our team leaders, we are thrilled to actually have that as an official role this year. Last year, it was an unofficial role, but this year we're thrilled to really elevate our team leaders. And we ask that you team leaders work with your coach, which hopefully you'll meet today, and set up at least one meeting in the fall with your coach, of course, coordinate with your team members, and then set up that spring meeting schedule during the fall, so that by the time you get into the new year, you've already got a schedule set. Because in the spring semester, we ask that you meet with your coaches monthly. And if there's any questions, please let me know about that. All right, I think this is over to you, James.
Yes, so as Una was saying previously about giving you the big picture overview, we're following in that vein here. There will be much more information about your action plan in the course, and you can discuss that with your coach naturally. But the big picture overview of your action plan is in the spring, January through June of next year. Oops, it says 22, we should say of 23. There will be ongoing support activities that you can see detailed here on the slide, webinars, coach meetings. We'll ask you to periodically submit some short reflections. We have a lot of research activities, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a second. You can see the rough calendar on the screen here. And we ask you also to share on campus something about your project and experience. It could be something that you do as a team. It could be something you do individually, reporting out at your department meeting, or perhaps you have a professional development opportunity on campus. It's very important for us that you are trying to impact your institution in a positive way with what you are learning and doing as regards anti-racism. It's wonderful if your classroom is anti-racist, but if it's a little island in a big sea of white supremacy, that's not what we want to achieve. We want to support you to influence your institution as well. And finally, we ask that towards the end of the year that you upload your syllabus, the syllabus for the course in which you're implementing some OFAR changes, and a sample assignment. And there will be a lot more details around that as we go. Next slide, please.
Did you want to talk about the research activities, James? Or
I think that's on the next slide, isn't it?
Okay, perfect.
I think, well, some of it's on this next slide, sorry. So yeah, let me talk a little bit more about the research activities there in the middle. Thanks, Una. So it's very important for us to document the impact that you're having. This is great stuff that's happening. We will ask you in the spring to administer a student survey. So sending your students information about an online survey, so distributing a link to them. We will ask everyone to complete a post survey towards the end of the year. And then we will ask a certain number of you to participate in a research interview, roughly 45 minutes to 1 hour interview, so we can get some qualitative deep dives with you. Next slide, please. Thanks, Una. In addition, we ask that you invite to our spring webinars department chair or a dean, somebody else at your institution, so that they know what you're doing. And again, we want to support you in having an institutional impact. We've tried to communicate very clearly that your institutional research colleagues are asked to share some data with our external researchers. We'll also ask a certain number of you to share surveys with your campus administrators, again, to understand the impact that you're having on your institution. And if desired, if it's useful for your efforts, there's an option to invite some of us for an on-campus activity. Fingers crossed, right? We're in year 3 and we have not yet been able to do any on-campus activity. So that's an option if it would help support your efforts on your local campus. And back to you, Una.
All right. And now I want to turn it over to Joy and Kim to talk about the course.
Joy, is it okay if I jump in?
Go for it. Thank you, Kim.
Okay. Well, you see the information here. One thing that we want to make really clear, I know California is a Canvas, state. So there's your institution's instance of Canvas, and then there's the free for teachers Canvas. And we want you to know that it's in the free Canvas free for teachers that you will find the OFAR course. So that's one thing we definitely want to make sure that you knew. The other thing, as James and Una indicated, once you enter the course, you'll be able to review the syllabus and the homepage, but you really won't be able to access anything else in the modules until you do the pre-course survey. So it's really important, please, to do that pre-course survey so that we have a benchmark of where you are before we begin. And James alluded, we're going to be collecting a little bit of data from you in that way. So we really appreciate you doing that. And as soon as you do your pre-course survey, all of the modules will be unlocked. Now, we had a lot of discussion. Should we reveal the whole course at once, a little bit at a time? We know that there is a debate in the field and there are certain best practices, but because you are professionals and very, very busy, we're releasing the whole course at once so that you can look, and have an overview of what is going to be expected of you and in the course. Furthermore, on the homepage, we have a button to all those webinars and events that are being planned. Liz created a really great Google Doc that she continually updates for the program, and there's a link to that right from the homepage. So we took a lot of the great feedback we've been receiving from coaches and from participants, and we're trying to make the navigation clear and all of the information sort of easily accessible from the homepage of the course. And then the other thing, it is 5 modules in 6 weeks. And I think, doesn't the next slide have the modules? So maybe Joy can maybe take it over from there, please.
Sure.
I don't want to hog it. I'll talk all day.
No, you are great, Kim. Thank you. As Kim mentioned, the course includes 6 modules total. One of them is an orientation module, and we just wanted you all to be aware of what you can expect. There's obviously much more content in the course, but we just wanted to share sort of an overview of what you're going to be diving into here very shortly. So the first couple weeks in the course is really about ensuring that you feel comfortable and confident navigating the course, and also really investing time in building connections with each other as a larger group in this course together, and also on your teams. We realize that there are some teams who may know each other well. The members of the teams might know each other quite well, and others, you might be just getting to know each other as colleagues on the same campus. And we want to really honor and acknowledge the fact that community building is really essential to this work, and each of you feeling comfortable and confident as we move through the course content. So those first 2 weeks will really be spent ensuring that you are ready to go and building community with each other. Then we dive into some content around anti-racism, which of course is hugely important and why we are here. And after we explore a little more about anti-racism, then we move to kind of open education more broadly. So we're going to explore OER, and some of you may be more familiar. We understand that you are coming with different experiences related to either use of OER or familiarity with OER, and that's okay. We're here to meet you where you are and whatever level of experience you have with OER. But most importantly, it's really about learning more about OER, and the next module is about open pedagogy, so that you can think through how you might leverage open to make your courses anti-racist. So we're really excited for you to dive into open pedagogy. That tends to be a fan favorite, if you will. So that will be a lot of fun. And then we will conclude the course with an action plan. You've heard that term mentioned a couple times throughout this webinar. Really, the purpose of you moving through this OFAR program is that we're committing ourselves to doing something tangible and actionable at the end of moving through this course. So instead of us just discussing these concepts in a more theoretical standpoint, we really want you all to be thinking as you're moving through each module in the course, what are you learning and what can you do and implement in your course this spring, so next semester, to make your courses anti-racist. So the course concludes with you identifying and sharing your plan of what you will implement in the following semester. So do not worry, you have support here. We are here to guide you as you move through that process. You all have incredible coaches who are also here to help guide you, provide feedback. So we understand that plans might change. What's really important is that we culminate the course with a commitment to a plan, and so that each of you head into your spring semesters feeling like you are ready to go with a plan to implement, and that might change, and that's okay. But we're going to culminate the course with a commitment to some action in the spring semester.
And if I could just
Yes.
build on that a little bit, because I failed to mention, and I don't want to leave out people, Maritez, so Joy, Maritez, and I will be your facilitators. So I want to be clear about that. It's like Joy, Maritez, and I are the facilitators, and Joy and Maritez is also a super coach, and it will help the coaches. And so it is a very wonderfully scaffolded community of practice here, so that you have a lot of support. I think the next slide is about, last year we had 2 sections. I just wanted to say this real quickly, and I didn't feel like I got to know the people in the other section as much as I got to know the people in my section. So we're extremely thrilled to have 1 section, 3 facilitators, a cadre of coaches, and we'll all be in there together learning and building community. So thanks for that. And that's the action plan template there that Una brought up. I knew that was next, and Joy spoke to that already quite well, I thought.
Sorry, Kim.
No, that's great.
Kim, was there anything you wanted to add, or maybe Maritez, is there anything you would like to add as it relates to the action plan and the template? Okay, I think we can move on to the next slide then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I just wanted to put that in. We will be sharing these slides with all of you. It'll go out on the email. So, if you if you're busy writing things down, please don't worry about it. You'll have these slides. And now over to support services, and Liz is going to talk to you about contracts.
The fun stuff, right? Thanks, Una. So all of Everyone's contracts have been sent out now. You should have gotten an email from Liz Yata via Signwell. Thank you to everybody that's already signed and sent them back. If you haven't received anything, please reach out to me at my OE Global address. And like it was mentioned before, the contracts should be signed and returned before October 7th. We want you to have the contract in place before you start working. And as for invoicing will happen in December and June. And you do have to send us an invoice before we can pay you. I know some of you probably aren't used to working as contractors. And I will be reaching out later with information on how to submit your tax information and invoices and all of that fun stuff. That will be later.
Big thanks to Liz for moving us into the 21st century on how to invoice and how to do contracts. It was very archaic last year. So, all right.
And we just want to make sure you know who to talk to for any different problems you have. So one thing we've noticed is that the OE Global emails often are getting sent to spam. So if you're not getting emails from Una and I, please check your spam filter or, whitelist us or set a filter so we automatically go to your inbox. For communications, the OFAR 2022 at Google Groups, I know it's a Google group, so there is theoretically a forum aspect to it. We don't use that. Somebody reached out to me about this. We're just using this as an email list. And so this goes to all of the participants in the whole OFAR leadership team. And like I just mentioned, you can contact me for anything with invoicing or later on checks and things like that when we get to that point. And College of the Canyons, which, James and Joyce you make, they offer OER support. So finding materials, accessibility, verification, formatting. So the email is there. And like we said, you'll get the slides for this, so oer@canyons.edu. And any other questions, you can contact Una.
Thank you, Liz. I love questions. All right, James, I think is this over to you?
Sure, absolutely. And we're getting close to wrapping things up. So you all will have an opportunity to meet in breakout rooms with your coaches in just a few minutes or ask questions here. Before we do that, we just want to highlight some of the resources regarding OFAR that we've created over time, or our participants have created over time. At the main OFAR website, you can find a good overview of the program. You can find also recordings of all the webinars we have hosted and organized over the past 2 years of the program. You can view recordings of the participant project showcases at the link you see here. And those showcases, I think we have not mentioned the showcases yet, actually. So at the very end of the year in June, we will ask all of you together to meet and to share briefly an overview of your projects and how you did as a team and what impact you're having on your campus. You can see examples of those showcases from the past 2 years at the third link you see on the screen. And then finally, we have research reports documenting the impact from the past couple of years. And you can find those research reports again at the link indicated on the screen. So lots to read if you are curious. And then you can learn more about open education. Again, as Una said, we come out of open education. Una and I have been working in open education for over a decade now. We are not experts in anti-racism. We are all learning together. And we are happy to share our expertise with you in open education. There are a lot of great resources. Una and Liz's organization, CCC OER, is just a wealth of resources about open educational resources. The California Community College Statewide Academic Senate, ASCCC, has a great statewide OER project. You can see the link here in the second bullet. And you can also join the CCC OER email list. It's a national email list. It's a pretty heavy active email list, just be warned, but it is where the action is in OER. If you are working in OER in North America, you are on that list. It's an incredibly valuable list, so you can sign up there following that link. And back to you, Una.
All right. And since you're going to be learning about open pedagogy, and I know from our past participants and looking at some of the applications this year that many of you are new to open pedagogy. You may have heard about it, but you haven't had a lot of training in it. And so if you want to hear about some wonderful examples, CCCOER is hosting a webinar on Wednesday, October 12th at noon, featuring 3 really champions of open pedagogy in the classroom and how to involve your students in collaboration of your classroom materials and practices. So that will also be recorded. So if you're teaching from 12 to 1 on Wednesday, October 12th, we'll make sure to send out a recording on the email list as well, so you can catch up on that. I just wanted to put that out there because and we think that that could be really helpful. And now we are open for questions. I think everyone wants to meet their coach. Yeah, Gayatri, we will actually, Liz, can you, would it be possible for you to put the link, the share link into the chat window? Thank you so much. And we'll also send the recording out to all of you on the email list. Well, I'm not seeing a lot of questions, but you can always get a hold of us over email, and we can, we can arrange for a chat if that's more helpful. So I think at this point, James, do you have anything else you wanted to cover before we let people go to the breakout rooms?
Not at all. Let's get to work. This is exciting. This is what a great way to end the week. Boy, this is a high note for me, I tell you. It's great to see everybody, and yeah, let's get to work.
Yeah, so I think we just need to click on.
May I say one quick thing? I just wanted to tell everybody the course will be open the weekend before, probably on Saturday or Sunday, and we'll let you know. But the course will be open the weekend before, as best practice dictates, my friends.
Thank you, Kim. That's wonderful. If the breakout rooms aren't appearing on your, someone's going to have to help me with this because.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop the recording.
Okay.